35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like he's a genius.
35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later it's too many, and 68 is definitely too many, but Crawford's brilliant. Like he's a genius, he's a generational great. The predictions for a fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford keep sparking debates everywhere. Canelo out. I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation. That's fans, analysts and fighters themselves are all adding to the anticipation with strong opinions. Although these two champions come from different weight classes, the possibility of them meeting in the ring is becoming a hot topic as both look for opponents in spring 2025. Canelo vs Crawford, the biggest fight in the game. Yes, I mean, like when you're looking at Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, this is the next thing beyond that. Canelo Alvarez, who last fought in September, retained his WBC, WBA and WBO super middleweight titles after defeating Edgar Bunga. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford fought just a month before moving up to the 154 PBS division to defeat Israel Madrimov for the WBA super welterweight title. You think his skill level is able to bridge the gap in those three weight classes? The tall loader is a tough task, I think, for Tant, but at the same time I will bag him. I think that his skill level is up there with the greatest. I've never seen anybody that has everything: good speed, power, timing, can switch the way he switches, to have the toughness, the meanness that he had. Now for Crawford to face Canelo, he'd need to gain another 14 pounds to compete at super middleweight. Many people think that extra weight will be Crawford's downfall. The size difference is just too much, but not everyone agrees. Tim Bradley, a 2E world champion and now a boxing analyst, is making waves with his fiery prediction. Bradley didn't hold back, saying on his YouTube channel, Crawford is about to beat the S out of Canelo Alvarez. I'm letting you know right now, he's about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. Bradley's bold claim has fans divided. Can Crawford really dominate someone like Canelo, who has ruled the super middleweight division for years? He just told me Crawford beats Canelo. Crawford beats anybody, steps in the ring with anybody he don't go. No one beats Terence Crawford. Crawford is no stranger to making history, already achieving undisputed status at super lightweight and welterweight. Beating Canelo would put him in a league of his own, but Canelo isn't fazed. In fact, he's already made it clear that he doesn't see Crawford is a real threat. In an interview with Sway's Universe, Canelo summed up his confidence in just a few words: weight classes exist for a reason. Canelo continued, saying, I'm in, why not? Don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter, but for me in my weight class it's an easy fight, easy money. If the money is right, I'm in, because I don't like to fight guys like Crawford. He moves a lot and the fight is not that great. I saw in his last fight and he doesn't move that much now, so if the money is right, I'm in right now. Profer, you'll do it. Why not? Why not? I think Crawford, don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter, but for me in my weight class it's an easy fight for me, easy money. So if the money is right, it's a statement that has left some fans questioning whether Canelo sees this as just another payday rather than a serious challenge. Critics argue that dismissing Crawford's skill like this might be underestimating him. Crawford supporters are quick to point out his unmatched boxing IQ and ability to adapt in the ring. However, the doubts surrounding Crawford's ability to handle Canelo's power are hard to ignore. Alexis Rocha, a welterweight contender who has been in the ring with both fighters, chimed in with his own thoughts. There are weight classes for a reason, Rocha told ES News. Canelo is a lot bigger. Crawford has good size to him and he has that reach and the boxing IQ that is the most important thing. When it comes to the boxing game, the IQ, Crawford is the man to be right now. He's on top of the world and he has every right to be at the performance against Errol Spence, and I feel that he should be in L to fight Canelo, even though he's obviously small in division. Still, Rocha leans slightly toward Canelo, saying, I think Crawford would hold his own very well in that fight, but I would lean more towards Canelo because he's more experienced and has been in there with bigger fights. Bradley, however, isn't buying that narrative. He believes Crawford's sharpness and skill set are enough to dismantle Canelo. Canelo's been fighting guys who stand right in front of him. Bradley argued Crawford won't do that. He's going to move, he's going to counter, and he's going to make Canelo look slow. Mark my words, one place where I see Canelo vulnerable, and it's crazy because in his last fight you saw what's his name, Ryder, explored it. And it worked. It was the uppercut. This fight isn't just about skill though, it's about Size, power and strategy. Canelo's camp insists that Crawford's recent performance against Israel Madrio didn't show the dominance needed to handle a fighter of Canelo's caliber. They argue that Crawford might struggle to bring the same explosiveness up to 168 pounds, but Crawford remains confident despite admitting that the size difference is a concern. He believes his skill and preparation will be enough to overcome the challenge. He's been vocal about wanting to test himself against the best, and he sees Canelo as the ultimate test. The negotiations for this fight haven't been easy. Reports suggest Canelo is demanding a massive payday while Crawford's team is trying to ensure the fight doesn't lose its competitive integrity. They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up and weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost, so let's not do that. Canelo, the money, the weight and the logistics all need to align for this showdown to happen. Fans are already picking sides, with some calling it a mismatch and others calling it a legacy-defining fight for both men. Canelo's critics have accused him of cherry-picking opponents in the past, and they're quick to question if he's looking at Crawford as an easy win. Crawford, on the other hand, faces the pressure of proving he can handle the physicality of a bigger, stronger fighter. The controversy surrounding this matchup is exactly what's fueling its hype. People are talking about Canelo's experience and power versus Crawford's IQ and adaptability. Some think Canelo's power will be too much, while others believe Crawford's skill will make Canelo look outdated. Can Johnny Boy boxing flight? I just want to ask you, what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do we think about Terence Crawford's performance, and do you want to get a fight with him? Is that if the money is, $100 million? I heard Turkey offered you a big money already, 150. If this fight happens, it could redefine both men's legacies. For Crawford, a win would cement his place as one of the greatest fighters ever. For Canelo, a victory would silence critics and prove that he's still at the top of his game. The stakes couldn't be higher. James Toney also made his prediction, and when asked about Terence Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez, his RESP response was direct: easy win for someone like Toney who's seen the highs and lows of boxing across multiple weight divisions. This wasn't just a casual remark, it was a declaration that shook the debate to its core. Toney's belief in Crawford's ability to dismantle Canelo didn't stem from mere hype, it came from a place of deep understanding of boxing's intricacies. Been asking for Canelo, can he'll be Canelo? Easy win, easy win, easy win, easy win. Masterclass. Same. You think he can potentially. Canelo is a good fighter, but he's not on James Toney's level. Toney quipped, throwing shade at Alvarez's record and skill set. The implication that Canelo, despite his accolades, has been hyped beyond his actual abilities. Toney's confidence in Crawford goes beyond admiration. He views Crawford as someone capable of adapting and exploiting weaknesses even against someone as experienced as Alvarez. This bold take has sparked heated discussions among fans and analysts alike, with many questioning whether Toney's assertion undervalues Canelo's achievements at super middleweight. If it is, music done. What a trash-ass fight, what a garbage-ass fight, bro. It's a one-sided fight, meaning it's a all-win nothing to lose for Terence Crawford, and it's a all lose nothing to win for Canelo Alvarez. I've always told y'all I didn't like the size disparity remains a sticking point. Crawford, having just stepped into the 154 pounds division, would need to bulk up significantly to face Canelo at 168. For many, this leap feels insurmountable, yet Toney, a man who himself transitioned from middleweight to heavyweight, doesn't see size as a limiting factor for someone with Crawford's skill set. Trust me, Toney insisted, hinting that he sees nuances in Crawford's style that could neutralize Canelo's strengths. Toney's comparison of Crawford's potential fight with Canelo to his own career stirred the pot further. By aligning himself with Crawford, Toney indirectly suggested that Canelo's dominance at 168 might be overrated. Body keeps bringing up Canelo. I think that's weird, cause you'd have to gain like what, 20 pounds? Yeah, but they say that's the money fight, that's the mega fight, that's the money fight, that's the only thing that makes sense for Terence. Well, mean catch, do something that a catch. What you think I like 160 or something? Fans of Alvarez, understandably defensive, argue that Toney's bias stems from his era of boxing, a time when fights were grittier and less reliant on promotional narratives. Whether that's true or not, Toney's words have fueled a fire that continues to burn brightly. On the flip side, Demetrius Andrade takes a more cautious